So I was just quickly telling you that these things you have already discussed, and now you will be concerned about material balance. That is part of this also. I mean, course that material balance on ideal gas system. So whenever you look at those gaseous systems, this is somehow, I mean, ideal gas system which are problem which you will be solving. They are somehow related to these combustion system most of the time, because they give these example that there are the flue gases coming out of some stack and they contain this composition, and then or some, for example, somehow some fuel is burned in the presence of some 40%, 30% excess air and so on. So actually the difference from those problems which we have discussed up to here of combustion system and these ideal gas system, there is one small difference, and that difference is that I think the problem which we discussed, or the things which we discussed, we didn't talk about the temperature pressure, did we? Up to here, the combustion system problem which we discussed, did we talk about, did we mention somewhere temperature
No, sir.
pressure?
No, sir.
No, no, yes. So
No,
only
sir.
difference here is when you are dealing with ideal gases. Due to this, I have mentioned this, that you studied something. There was two condition: temperature, pressure. Gas was moving from one condition to other. Volume change was taking place, and you did those calculation at that time. And then sometime you need some volume at standard condition, number of mole at standard condition. So that's the only one thing which will be extra here, which will be part of these problems which you will be solving for these ideal gas system. What you have to do, their difference. For example, they will tell you, okay, fuel is entering to the system at 2 bar and 40 degrees C, and air is entering at 1 bar and 20 degrees C. So is there any difference in the conditions which I just talked? That fuel is entering at 2 bar and 40 degrees C, and air is entering at 1 bar and 20 degrees C. So there is a difference between the conditions, these conditions which are like temperature pressure conditions. So they are different for these systems. So when they are different, first of all you have to make them similar. You have to bring condition to the same point so that you can apply the balance. So all things should have same number of volume, or the like same standard for those calculations. So that's the only difference here. So I will just go through the statement, not gonna solve here. Finally solve this problem. You have now next week lecture on Monday, so I will just advise you to please at least solve these problems which are just displayed in next slide, so that then we can move forward after this. Okay. Because we have to start energy balance, and today's lecture was supposed to be of energy balance, but I will just introduce you with few terminologies, then we will start from next time. But please solve these problems, the system of ideal gases. So for example, here is one problem. This is example from chapter, I think it was 7. That was the same from where you already studied about these ideal gases. So it's continuation of that same topic. Okay. So this gas at 15 degrees C and 105 kilopascal is flowing through an irregular duct. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
right, right. So gas is entering, some gas and its condition are given. So here to determine the rate of flow of gas, he has told you that to determine the gas rate of flow of gas, CO2 from a tank is steadily passed into a gas stream. Mean somewhere CO is entered in any gas stream which is flowing through some irregular duct. The flowing gas just before mixing with CO2 analyzes 1.2% CO2 by volume. What does this information mean? Just before you mix it with the CO2 which you are entering with it, initially gas which was coming at 15 degrees C and 105 kilopascal, that also contains some small amount of CO2, and that is 1.2% CO2 by volume. We mentioned here it is not by like mole percent or mass percent, it is 1.2% by volume. Understand this point? That's the difference. Like such things are different because all other problem which you solve, you are usually just considering either mole percent or mass percent, but these ideal gas problem will involve something such information like percentages by volume and temperature pressures. It's okay. Downstream, after mixing the flowing gas analyzes. Downstream mean when you mix it with CO2 and then you analyze it. So after mixing, the flowing gas analyzes 3.4% CO2. There was initially 1.2% CO2 in this. Now when you have mixed a new stream of CO2, overall amount of CO2 will definitely increase, and that is 3.4% CO2 by volume. Mean you can consider one box which is a mixer in which two stream enter. One is the initial stream which consists of 1.2% CO2, and other will be like I think 98.8% something else, and then it is mixed with the 100% CO2 stream, and overall from this leaves is one stream which contains 3.4% CO2 by volume. As the CO2 that was injected exited the tank, it was passed through a rotameter and found to flow at the rate of this 0.0917 cubic meter per minute at 7 degrees C and 131 kilopascal. The CO2 stream which we are mixing with the other gas, its conditions are given and its flow rate is given here in this information, that its flow rate is this and it is coming at 7 degrees C and 131 kilopascal. Guys, just note the difference. One gas is available at these conditions and other gas is available at some different condition. That's something new here. What was the rate of flow of entering gas in the duct in cubic meters per minute? You have to find the rate of flow of gas which is entering to the system. So for this, just as I was telling you, you can draw like diagram like this. There, this is one box in which some gas is entering. Initially we have to draw the diagram, you know, so you can draw this diagram. That one gas that is 1.2% CO2 and other, we can just say it like CO2 and then there is other gas. So its amounts as given here 1.2% and 98.8% you can write. So after this there is another stream which mix with this, and that is CO2. We can just draw here like pure CO2 which is 100% CO2 which is mixed here. You see here he said that it is mixed with the CO2 from any other tank. So that CO2 he mentioned here that when it is injected, this CO2 when exited the tank, when it leaves that tank in which it was stored somewhere else, we will just take it as a CO2 stream, and its temperature, pressure and flow rate are given here. CO2, and this is pure CO2, so it will be like 100%, and other that is 1.2 here. And rest amount is other gases, whatever they are, we are not concerned. So as well, you guys, when you draw the diagram of such system, please mention here also the temperature pressures. For example, here temperature of this stream is 15 degrees C. I will mention as well pressure. Before this information was not needed anywhere, but for solving this problem you have to mention please. So here also mention 7 degrees C and 131 kilopascal pressure and temperature you also have to mention. So then these two mix and one stream leaves from here, and that is like 3.4% CO2 and rest will be the other gases. So CO2 is 3.4%. So do we know the flow rate of first and the last stream? Hello, can you tell me?
लास्ट स्ट्रीम का पता है, एंट्रिंग स्ट्रीम का नहीं पता.
No, where is the last stream flow rate? Is it given?
नहीं पता दोनों का.
Oh yes,
नहीं पता सर.
we know only the flow rate of in between, that is this CO2 stream, and that is here 0.0917. Okay, that is given. So he has asked you to find flow rate of first stream. So whenever you guys have drawn the diagram, for example, I can call it product stream and that is feed stream. So feed stream flow rate he has asked you. As well, you don't know the product stream flow rate, but their composition you know, that other gases and CO2, and here composition are given for all the streams. So can you solve this problem now? Diagram is here already. Do you know, what are unknown components? You know that F and P are unknown, two unknown components.
Yes, sir, we can solve
Yes.
it.
Yes, so the best way, because this system didn't involve any reaction, it is without reaction. So whenever all those problems which you guys solve without reaction, they only involve component balance. So how many components are here? Two. Can you mention what are those two components?
CO2 and other.
CO2 and other gas.
Yes, good. CO2 is one component, other gas. So we can write two balance and two unknowns. So overall, this is simple. The degree of freedom is 0. So you can solve it definitely by applying the balance of CO2 as well balance of this other component. So because you know their percentages, just you don't know the flow rate of F and P. So it is straightforward. I think its solution is also available there in the book. So you can do this. One thing important here, can you tell me before solving the problem, you will need some conversions. What you need to convert here? Look, as I told you already, that your problem should have same conditions. Do you know like what are the conditions of entering gas? Conditions, temperature, pressure condition.
Yes, sir.
We know 15 degrees C and 105 kilopascal. So here there will be CO2 part of this as well other gas. What about CO2 stream which is entering? Its flow rate is given, also temperature and pressure is given. So that's different. Please, one thing which you need here, which is extra, that you need to convert, or you need to here the volume which is given, volumetric flow rate 0.0917 cubic meter per minute for this CO2 stream. It is at 7 degrees C and 131 kilopascal. You need to convert it to the other condition. And what will be that other condition?
Standard temperature and pressure.
No, not standard temperature pressure condition. Actually, the thing, okay, otherwise.
15 degrees C.
Yes, 15 degrees C and 105 kilopascal. So guys, just you know that formula, P1 V1 over T1 is equal to P2 V2 and T2. So here we have this volumetric flow rate, like V is given, pressure and temperature are there, and for other condition, temperature, pressure 15 degrees C and 105 kilopascal is there. Just you need is the volume at that condition, volumetric flow rate of this at that condition. So just you can find by using this formula, and its value will change. When you get that value, then you can proceed with this problem. Clear to you?
तो ये फिर से बता देंगे कि यहाँ वॉल्यूमेट्रिक फ्लो रेट तो हम निकालेंगे, उसके बाद क्या कैसे?
Yes, then yes, you have to apply the balance of like CO2 component balance, CO2 balance, and then other balance. When you have calculated, I am telling you that you guys were right that you have to draw the diagram. I did that. Then because this is non-reacting system, so you will apply, you will calculate degree of freedom. So degree of freedom is just here, number of unknown minus number of equations. So number of unknown were 2 and number of equation we can write 2 because one is for CO2 and other is other. So that degree of freedom is 0. The next step which you usually do for solving all other problem, that was just apply the balance of CO2 and component. For CO2, if I apply the balance, it will be like 1.2 divided by 100 multiplied by F plus this is like initial first one inlet, and then other inlet, that's value was given for CO2 and that's 100% CO2. So I will just multiply 1 with that volumetric flow rate. But I said just stop here, don't use it. The reason, because here temperature pressure condition are different, and first CO2 which you are dealing with is at different temperature pressure. So due to this, I asked that first of all just convert this value of the volume, which is at 7 degrees C and 131 kilopascal, just convert it to the other condition. That should be the same condition, which is 15 degrees C and 105 kilopascal. So I told you that you already know one formula of P1 V1 over T1 is equal to P2 V2 over T2. You know everything, just V2 is missing here. So just find that value and then use that value here while applying the balance of CO2. And in outlet stream it is 3.4%, so it is 3.4 divided by 100 multiplied by P. This will be equation for CO2. Then similarly you can write for other is only part of feed stream and product stream. It is not part of in between stream. So that's a simple one. And then these will be two simultaneous equations. Then you can solve them simultaneously. Sorry, two algebraic equations, and you will get P and F. Any question? Okay, right. Let's quickly discuss the other problem which involves some reactions. So then after this, we'll just stop here, and I think energy balance will be started by next week. So to evaluate the use of renewable resources, an experiment was carried out with rice hulls. After pyrolysis, the product gas analyzed. Guys, this pyrolysis is one of the treatment which is done with some biomass, rice hulls or biomass, meaning like these rice waste. Okay, so that you pyrolysis is some treatment in the absence of oxygen. You don't burn something, you don't combust, just you heat the material so that you can remove some of the components from that. And when they did the pyrolysis of this biomass, which was rice husk or something, the product gas which was released, its composition is given here. This is gas coming out of some pyrolysis section. That is 6.4% CO2, 0.1% oxygen. Then there is small amount of large amount of carbon monoxide, 51.8% hydrogen, 0.6% CH4, and small amount of nitrogen. Okay, next after this gas, this will be actually our inlet stream. This he just mentioned that after pyrolysis this gas is coming, its composition is given, but it entered a combustion chamber. So what will happen in combustion chamber? What do you think?
Combustion will take place.
In combustion, what happens in terms of reactions? Can we tell? Oxidation will take place, like these components which are in the part of this stream. Which of these components, by the way, which are given, they will react? What do you think? Which components of this stream which was coming from pyrolysis, which of these components will react with the oxygen? Because this combustion, there is a reaction with oxygen. So can you tell me please?
Methane.
Yes, good. Methane will react.
Hydrogen, methane, or
good.
nitrogen.
Yes, hydrogen, methane. No, not nitrogen. Carbon monoxide. We just discussed in a few minutes back that if there is a carbon monoxide, always this also reacts with oxygen and it produces CO2. So here combustion takes place. It means oxidation of these components will take place. Look, you are talking about nitrogen. Nitrogen, we already discussed that nitrogen is considered as a neutral molecule in all of the systems which we are discussing here. So there is no reaction of nitrogen. For all other, yes, they will react. So it entered this gas which has this composition. It entered the combustion chamber at 90 degree Fahrenheit and 35 inch. So it means this feed stream, feed gas, which composition, all these components you will write CO2, oxygen, CO, hydrogen, CH4, and nitrogen, and its condition are given that it is at 90 degree and 35 degree. 90 degree Fahrenheit and 35 inch of mercury. This is its condition, entering condition, which was burnt with a 40% excess air. It's mean what other stream will be entering to this combustion chamber? Air. And here air stream, air is definitely consisting of, always we already discussed about this, although he didn't mention here, but guys, I told you in one of the last lectures that for solving these combustion problem system, Either you are dealing with these ideal gases or simple combustion system problem, just consider nitrogen and oxygen composition as 79 and 21%. Okay. So it's also conditions are given, and another information which is given is that it is 40% excess. So that's also given here, and its composition I've written, and its condition, mean he has mentioned that they enter at 70 degree Fahrenheit and atmospheric pressure of 29.4 inch of mercury. After this combustion takes place, and mean was burnt with this. If you just read it from here again, mean this gas which was entering to the combustion chamber was burned with 40% excess air and atmospheric pressure. Next he mentioned some more information that 10% CO remains. As I asked you that which of these components will be burned here, will be oxidized, you told me that methane, hydrogen and carbon monoxide. So what he mentioned here, it indicates that all other get burned complete, although he didn't mention it explicitly, but you have to get the idea from this statement that because he just mentioned only that 10% carbon monoxide remains. It's mean in outlet stream, one thing I can write here that carbon monoxide is 10% of the initially entering carbon monoxide, because he said that carbon monoxide which was here, for example, it was 39%, so it will be 10% of that 39%. And next, how many cubic feet of air? Now he has asked you to do some calculation and then report the answer. How many cubic feet of air were supplied per cubic feet of entering gas? So what he asked here, or what we need to do, or what we will calculate. How many cubic feet of air were supplied? What does this phrase mean?
Volume of product gas.
Yes, we have to know. I'm talking about the thing which I'm reading, that is like how many cubic feet of air were supplied. It's mean you have to find air fed to the system, amount of air entering, but that amount you have to report in the form of volume, cubic feet. Per cubic feet of the entering gas is this feed gas. Clear? This is one of your tasks, that you have to find amount of air entering to the system. Next, how many cubic feet of product gas were supplied, were produced per cubic feet of entering gas. It means you have to find amount of product gas, this in the form of volume, this divided by how much entering gas, cubic feet of entering gas. At this condition, 29.4 inch of mercury and 400 feet, that is the condition for product gas, that it is leaving at 29.4 and its temperature is 400 degree Fahrenheit. No. It's mean you have to take this ratio at this mean temperature and pressure. It's mean initial, which is at 90 degree Fahrenheit and 35 inch, you have also to convert that volume to this condition as well. Your product will be at this condition, and then the ratio of these two volumes. Can you solve this? But it will involve this difference. One thing, first of all, whenever you are solving such problem, please keep in mind that condition of your stream should be same. Those conditions, like whenever you are adding them, you are adding the volume of number of mole, anything, they should be at same condition. So always just try to make, like you can take one as a standard and convert other to that same standard. The second thing here, you will take what will be basis in this question. Can anyone mention what will be the basis? Guys, look, feed stream composition is given. Feed stream composition is given in percentages. So can I consider 100 moles of this entering to the system? It is
Yes,
volume percent or mole percent? Composition which is given.
Mole percent.
Mole percent, because if
sir,
it
mole.
will be volume, just remember, if it will be volume, it will be given to you. So this is just mole percent. So you can take 100 moles and then can proceed with this. And at the end, what you have to do, because at the end, just look, guys, he asked you to report the answer in cubic feet. It's mean whenever you will have moles at the end, you can convert those moles to the volume. Can you do this calculation? Like, can you do this conversion if moles are given and you have to find the volume?
Yes, sir.
How? Tell them others, because other are maybe sleeping or don't know.
Sir, 1 mole of every gas occupies 22.414
No,
kg.
that's at standard condition. But guys, look here. You have this. Yes, your conditions are given. For example, if I just take it as a feed temperature pressure is given, so you can use simple either PV is equal to nRT. In that case, you will need R, and you can find number of mole because pressure is given, temperature is given, and you can find the volume when you have considered 100 mole. Only R is missing. Or you can also adapt at the same time. Mean the procedure which we did already, that instead of using R, you can use standard conditions and can also do this calculation. So that's pretty straightforward. You have to just revise those lecture of ideal gas before solving these problems, so that those things can come to your mind whenever you are taking these problems. Okay. So that's it. With this, material balance is done. Everything is like covered for this material balance system. Now next thing which we have to start from next lecture, that's the energy balance, and that's also the last portion of this course. Inshallah, in 2 weeks we will just finish.
Inshallah, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Inshallah.
Wait a minute. Right.